hello. If you're watching this, you're probably up here going, I don't know what to do. That's okay, nobody else does. You've got a handbook in your bag that you'll get sent home. And I'll quickly go over it. It's also, you can read, it's self-explanatory. So this is where they put their name. And then the first page is about the timetables and payments. Bank holidays, I always work bank holidays because otherwise Monday group's about a month behind come the 11 plus. And absence. If you can't make a class, just come to another class that week. Classes do get out of sync though, bear that in mind. So you might be duplicating work or missing bits. So it's not ideal. But I think if you have to pay for the half term in advance, the quid pro quo is that you can get the class at another time. Then we've got holiday classes. Everybody's welcome to holiday classes. And indeed, most of the holiday class people tend to be people that don't come to the termly ones. And there's a timetable there for you. There's no point in showing you because it all goes funny on the colours. There we are. Got it. And that will be up on the website. And when those classes are full, we'll just put up that it's full there. And those are all ticketed, so you can buy the ticket in advance, and then you've got it to remind you what time. And there's a timetable for the mock exams, probably the most important thing we do. Then we've got CEM and GL papers. The boys' school will sit a CEM exam, and that stands for I don't know what. And then it's probably written down here somewhere, I hope so, Centre for Evaluation and Monitoring. And the other ones are GL, which I think is Granada Learning, and that's what the girls' school will do. And that will explain the differences. Then what do we have? General advice. In essence, stay off the screens. And don't ask to be paid for work because it doesn't work. Goes about it in length, but, you know. And be nice to your parents. You've got to be nice to your parents because they're helping you. If you're not nice to them, they won't help. So don't do it. Ah yes, didn't quite do all the work, didn't quite pass. Generally speaking, if you do 50 folders or scholars workbooks, either count, 4 mock exams with full reports, watching the free weekly wisdom and little lesson in maths and a letter from Sarah every week, and complete the daily math sheet, I can think of only one child last year who did all of those and didn't pass. So just do it all. The reason it's there, it's every year you think, oh, they didn't pass because you had something on. So that's there. Internet classes. The work I'm going to give you is going to be tricky. No one's expecting you to do it right. So there's a little free internet class called Weekly Wisdom and one called Little Lessons in Maths. That's somewhere on the website. Do them every week. It's free tuition. Or if things are getting desperate, you can buy a whole bundle, which is 185 classes for 50 quid. But make sure that you can do the free ones first. More instructions. Then what else we got? Oh, the homework folders. Now this is the kind of homework folder I'll be giving you. Or if you prefer, you can buy the Scholars course books. These you can write all over. These you can't. Or if you do write in these, you'll get spots on your bum. What will you get? You'll get spots on your bum. Good. So, and they follow the same format and they are suitable for both CEM and GL. Now there are 15 short passages, so just like the CEM papers where things are broken up. And those are to make sure that your core skills are brushed up and kept brushed up. It's easy to learn something and then forget it, so you need to keep going on with that. And there'll be 5 lots of maths, 5 lots of English and 5 lots of verbal reasoning. So that would be 1 lot of maths, and then the answers are on the back. Sometimes, when I wasn't terribly sure what was going on, it just says complete the activity. That's because I didn't know how to set the programme. So have a sneaky look at the answers, work out what you need to do. It's only cheating if you don't tell your mum. So long as you say, look, I wasn't sure what was going on, so I had to have a look, or I couldn't do this question, so I had to look at the answer, and this is how I reckon they got to that answer. That's not cheating, that's sensible use of resources. If you just copy the answers and say, yeah, I got it all right, that's a mistake. And that's one of the reasons why actually we do the first mock exam, and that's not written in here, just to wheedle out those children, because they do it. And the parent, they come in at say 60%, and the parents say, is that what you'd expect? Oh, yeah, it's about what they get in class. And they go, they're doing much better at home. They say, well, generally speaking, children do better at home. Gradually, very gradually, the penny drops that this child's actually been copying the answers. So the first mock exam sorts that out, amongst other things. So 5 lots of English, 5 lots of verbal reasoning, 5 lots of maths, and they're colour coded, roughly speaking. It depended on what kind of paper was cheap when I bought them. And then we have a paper at the end. Do the paper. Just do it. And alternate it. You should do a maths one week, then an English, then a maths, then a verbal, then a maths, then an English. And that's because what you're doing at school is so different from what you're doing in the 11 plus. You've got to hit the ground running. So so that was the homework folders. And then, oh yes, if you're doing the Scholars course, the first couple of books 2 and 3, have got internet support with them. So every question you can, and it's free, it's there on the website, sort of up there probably. And just so you would say, supposing you were on English 3 and you couldn't do question number 6, you just sort of find that on the thing, and I'll be there showing you how to do it. More of those will roll out as the year progresses. Then we come to our mock forms. So there are 4 mock exams. You can either have a full report, and that's all the bells and smells, and that will tell you what what's gone wrong and how to fix it. And then the basic report just tells you, it'll give you a bar chart and compare you with everybody else. And each mock exam, there's a choice of 3 Saturdays that you can do it on. I think 4's enough. You don't fatten a pig by constantly weighing it. So 1 in January, 1 in sort of April, 1 in June, and then 1 at the very end of August. Some children go to mock exam after mock exam after mock exam. It's not helpful. Find out what the problems are and fix them. It's like me losing weight. I don't lose weight if I keep standing on the scales every half hour. I lose weight by not eating cream buns. Look at those chins, more chins than a Chinese dictionary, telephone directory. So there's some stuff about the mocks, where they are, when they are. They're at the Scout Hut, kind of things you need, and what to expect from the first one. So the first mock exam, of course they're not going to do very well. No one's expecting you to do well. They just find out what it feels like to do it, what it feels like when you can't do the work. They find out that it's okay if you can't do it. They find out how that they can concentrate, the kind of equipment they need. It just gives them, it shows them what they're aiming for, because at the moment they've no idea. And so that's why the first one, I think the first one's in many ways the most helpful. And all the rubbish, all the tears, the whatever, get that out of your system early on. If you do your first one just before the exam and they have a wobble, it's a harder one to sort out. So we need all of that rubbish sorted out a long way from the real 11 plus. The next one, they're a bit better, and the second one, they begin to realise that all the mistakes aren't my fault. First one, oh no, I couldn't do it because Sarah, ... Second one, they're beginning to realise actually they could take ownership. Third one, they're getting much better at things. They know what's about, and we can find out what we need to concentrate over the summer holidays. We've got all the summer holidays to fix those problems. And then the final one, they should, by the time they get there, they know exactly what they're doing. They're bored with the process, and so they can just concentrate on the questions. The boys' school will be doing timed short sections. So the non-verbal section is in timed short sections, and the girls' school will be a maths, English and verbal. Now I'll be doing the boys with the maths, English and verbal because I want as much information as what we need to fix. If I condensed it into 2 short CEM papers, I don't think that's enough information. So you could do very well and then do really quite badly on the next one. So I think find out everything you need, then give yourself a couple of months to sort it out, and then see how you're doing again. But by the end one, they've got a really super energy. It's great. They know what they're doing. They go in there, they get it sorted. And I think 4's about right. Right, what else we got? Oh yeah, word of warning. Be careful where you park. Don't park on the grass because my neighbours will go ballistic. And also, don't write your name or rude words on my table because I'll hang, draw and quarter you. Okay, got that? hang, draw and quarter you. Likewise, Willie's drawn on my curtains. Do it at your peril. Good, glad we got that sorted. The effect of holidays on progress. Now again, can you see that there? Those children that steadily work make steady progress. Well, actually it's much more like that. But whereas for every week you take off, it takes a week to get back to where you are. So there we are, there's the Christmas holidays, half term. So you take 2 weeks off, it takes you 2 weeks to get back where you were. So the ones that are steadily working now 4 weeks ahead of you. And then half a week off, half term, week off, week to get back. Now they're 6 weeks ahead. Easter, 2 weeks off, 2 weeks to get back. Now they're 10 weeks ahead. Now, no matter how hard you work now, because they're also working hard, they are 10 weeks ahead. So come the actual 11 plus, look at the difference in the progress. Those that have carried on over the holidays have made about double the progress. So find the laughs as you go. That's the key. Don't save it all up for the summer holidays, because it ain't going to work. What else have we got? Oh yeah, daily math sheet. Do the daily math sheet and then I'll give you a little tick on your charts as you go. That will be on the website down there. Click it off, the answers are also there. And then the folders. I'll give you folders and I've given you a checklist so you keep an idea. The Scholars course count as well. And then what happens is, here we've got a thing. So you become an apprentice and after a couple of books you're an expert. And then when you've done 4 you're a master. And so it goes through until you become the ultimate ruler of the universe. And do you know what happens when you get to be the ultimate ruler of the universe? I have a stamp that says ultimate ruler of the universe. And then we start stamping all the way round again. And sometimes the highest number of books that have been done, I think, is 153. So it's quite a tall order. The average is about 90. And I would like you to do at least 50. Yeah, just imagine if you fail. If you fail, you're only going to fail by that many marks. So fix it now. And then, what have we got at the end? This is a sort of a grid thing for you to just put a checklist in every week to check that you've done all the different bits. Then some information on the Scholars course if you choose to do that in addition to coming to classes. Or instead of coming to classes. And there's some paper products. So that's it. Thank you for bearing with me through this. It was long, wasn't it? And well done. Doesn't matter how badly you're doing, just get the rubbish bits out of your way. If it's going to take you 4 weeks to start to hit your stride, take 4 weeks. You've got the time. Just keep trying, little and often, every day, before school, after supper. Okay, bye bye.